I'm not ashamed to say it. I'm in my hoe phase right now.
Salutations, family, and welcome back to Inside the Eye of the Storm. Here recently, one of the most popular talking points in media has been the marriage and the ultimate divorce of Miss Tia Mowry and her estranged husband, Mr. Cory Hardrick. I mean, this story really has legs. This story has dragged on longer than any divorce I have ever seen in media. And the reason it has been promoted back into the news cycle lately is because of the release of Mr. Tyler Perry's most recent motion picture, Divorced in Black, starring Mr. Cory Hardrick alongside Meagan Good. And I think that it's not wasted on Tyler Perry that this would have been a very good casting to draw some attention to his motion picture. And I want to use Miss Tia Mowry and her decision to just destroy her marriage or push the self-destruct button on her marriage as a cautionary tale to look out for. This woman has dragged this divorce out and has used it almost like a catalyst as a second win for her failing career. As you know, she's been on a few talk shows. Her and her sister were childhood celebrities. They had childhood shows. They've went on in their adult lives to still garner a small amount of fame, but none of which to the likes of a major A-list celebrity. So what she's done now, she's ended her marriage and she's used her the end of her marriage as a catalyst to try to promote herself as this new poster child of free, independent, free women who've decided to terminate their marriages in their 40s to go and seek happiness. This is nonsense, family. What does she expect there to be out in the street for her at 46 years old, the mother of children? And what does she think? Me, myself, family, let me tell you something. I'm an adult gentleman. Gentlemen have talks. We have guy talk amongst one another in barbershops. We have water cooler talks at work. And let me tell you something, we discuss women all the time, especially celebrity women, especially very attractive women. Don't get me wrong, Tia Mowry and her sister would be considered attractive women by Afro-American standards. They're light-skinned women. They have what we call good hair in the black community. But by no means are men sitting around viewing Tia Mowry as some kind of sex symbol, or they're thinking, oh, I wish Tia Mowry would divorce Cory Hardrick so I can get a piece of that. And that's exactly, I think, what prompted this from Miss Tia Mowry. A lot of times when you look at these women, family, and they're in these relationships, they like to live their life comparatively. And social media has been so insidious in a lot of instances to relationships. These married women look at these other women out here on social media, and they only see the facade that these women portray, that they're out here, they're traveling, they're going to 5-star resorts, they're all in Dubai, they're having hot girl summers, and they're having all of this fun. And it's not the case, family. When you see this, it's all a facade. These women live their lives so comparatively with one another. You have these married women who get in their mind that if the grass is greener on the other side, they should terminate perfectly good marriages to go out here and chase this nonsense. But when you look at this woman, Tia Mowry, she even towards the end of her marriage, she had decided that she was going to downplay her husband. She was going to try to put him as a negative light as possible. And what you see in a lot of cases, family, when people decide to end marriages, is that the tragic part is that they have to drag their significant other or their spouse through the mud to try to validate them deciding to end the marriage. It's just nonsense, family, and it's bad. And she started doing it with Cory Hardrick. She was online, especially on Instagram. She was liking posts about men not being providers and how men not being providers can be toxic. Basically throwing shade at her husband, Cory Hardrick, and trying to put him in a negative light. And what has kept this story so prominent and what has given it legs for so long is that Miss Tia Mowry has decided to go on a whole press junket about her divorce. When you look at it, she's made the talk show rounds. She's just given this too much press. She's put her divorce out on Front Street too much, but I understand what she's trying to do. She's trying to promote herself more to the new idea of this liberal feminist mindset where women are saying that they should put their own happiness before that of their family and their husbands and their marriage in general. Let's jump in, family, and take a look at a clip where Miss Tia Mowry went on this whole diatribe equating the end of her marriage to being like a graduation or the end of a curriculum. It's all nonsense. When you look at her, she was a childhood actor. She's been acting most of her life. And everything you see from this woman, whether it be social media, whether it be on these talk shows, it's all an act. It's all constructed and it's all very performative. Let's take a look at this, family, and we're going to break it down.
My marriage was a success.
Yeah.
I look at it as like a curriculum when you're in college or high school, right? You're learning, you're growing, you're evolving, you're creating. And I was able to create with Cory some beautiful, amazing children. Yeah. And at the end of that curriculum, and at the end, there's a graduation, there's a celebration. So,
and when you look at it, family, what she just said was a bunch of frivolous nonsense. When you see women like this and you understand the nature of women like this, she's very precocious. She's very whimsical in her idea of what marriage is supposed to be. Marriage is a solemn institution. Marriage vows are not to be forsaken or just given up when you decide you grow bored or you want to be happy or find yourself wanting to live comparatively with other young ladies on the internet. Miss Tia Mowry is just ridiculous. I hate to say it, but it's no other way I can put it. She ended a perfectly good marriage just because she grew bored. And it's very prevalent right now when you look at it in society. This new wave movement of liberal feminism has indoctrinated a lot of these women into the mindset of frivolity. They just want to live comparatively. They want to see who can basically show off the most and who can try to garner the most attention and the most likes on the internet, which is all just foolishness. When you understand that this woman is a 46-year-old woman, you can still see the immaturity in this woman. I think by her meeting her husband, Cory Hardrick, at such a young age and him courting her and being such a upstanding and a very stalwart husband, I think that really made it so she took for granted the whole dynamic and the whole workings of an interpersonal relationship and the work that actually goes into a marriage. I think the guy Cory Hardrick actually made it too easy for her, so she actually took the marriage for granted. And now with Cory Hardrick being out on this press junket for the new Tyler Perry motion picture, Divorce in Black, it has given him an opportunity to step up and give him a platform to be able to voice his opinion on what's went on in their marriage. And you can tell Mr. Cory Hardrick is the exact opposite of Tia Mowry. He's a very withdrawn individual. He's a very stoic gentleman, and I can appreciate that. He's a man of few words, and he's not comfortable with putting all his business, especially the divorce from his wife, on Front Street. But one thing I can say about Mr. Cory Hardrick, he's a very respectable young man. You can see he had nothing to say negative about his ex-wife and the mother of his children, and that should be the case for most gentlemen. You see a lot of guys out here now, they aren't sparing the rod when it comes to their exes and their baby mothers. They put it all out on Front Street, the negative comments, the insults and all, but that is never the case. And when you look at Mr. Cory Hardrick, his upright demeanor is what has catapulted him into these new opportunities in his career, especially this starring role in Mr. Tyler Perry's newest motion picture. I think it was not wasted on Tyler Perry to casting Mr. Cory Hardrick in this role would bring needed attention to the role and help promote the role. But I think not only that, Tyler Perry does have a track record of helping individuals that are a little bit down on their luck, for lack of a better term. And when you look at this, family, you can only view this as a cautionary tale. Miss Tia Mowry has been hoodwinked. It's no other way around it. She's been hoodwinked and she's been bamboozled into divorcing a good man and going out here to try to live comparatively in the streets. When you look at this woman, she's ended a perfectly good marriage at the age of 46 to go out here in the streets and basically try to run the streets and to try to enter back into the dating market at age 46 as a single mother. What did she think was going to come of this? There are single women without kids who are struggling in the current dating market with men who've decided to check out. They've decided to check out. They're not engaging women in courtship anymore. And it's just basically what it is. But when you look at it, it's just her own doing. It's her own fault. And you cannot blame anyone else. And when you look at Miss Tia Mowry, it's very, very sad. She's on Instagram talking about going out on dates. Like I said, she's chronicling this whole journey like it's something to be proud of. And she's trying to capitalize off the attention she's getting from this divorce. It's all just nonsense. But let's hop in and take a look at her doing a breakdown of her most recent date with a gentleman. And it's just sad, family. Let's jump in and take a look at it.
Share some of my horror stories. Of course, no names will be named. I decided to go out on this date with this one guy. We decided to meet at a restaurant. And I was like, okay, fine. Let's try that. What could go wrong? Now, mind you, I did know what this person looked like beforehand. Oh my God, I'm getting PTSD just telling this story. This is my life. So he ends up showing up, and he's a lot shorter than I thought that he was going to be, which was pretty interesting. But, no judgment here. But what was surprising to me was he ended up showing up with a grill in his mouth to a dinner. So the first thing that I am thinking about as he sits down to order his food is, oh my God, where is this grill going to go?
And when you look at it, family, this woman, I don't know what this woman expected at 46 years old, being a single mother, coming out of a divorce. What did she expect to find out here in the dating market? It's countless tales of horror stories of both men and women being out here, and they can tell you firsthand that the dating pool has pee in it. The courtship is awful. There's no reciprocation to genuine interest being shown on either side in relationships nowadays and in dating in general. But you have people that are in constructive long-term relationships and ultimately marriages, but they keep deciding to, for no good reason, to end these marriages to go out here into the dating market and be single again because they want to live comparatively. When I look at Tia Mowry, this is a cautionary tale to a lot of women out here that's in marriages. It might not be the most fulfilling thing to you right now because you're looking at all of these younger girls out here having these hot girl summers. You're living your life comparatively with these Instagram models and these Instagram girls, and you see them over in Dubai tricking and carrying on and having their whole phase, but it's nothing to any of this. It's never fulfilling, and it just leaves these women destitute, and it leaves them morally bankrupt. There's no other way that I can put it, family. But if you agree with me or don't agree with me, just like always, family, hop into the comment section and let me know what you think. If you agree that Tia Mowry was a fool for ending her 14-year marriage to the father of her children and being in a real constructive relationship, then chime in and let me know. If you feel like a lot of these modern liberal women who are deciding to end their marriage just on a whim and just saying that they need to be happy and they need to go out here and be able to live comparatively with other women oftentimes younger than them, then jump in my comment box and let me know that also, family. But either way, I just want to thank y'all for joining me on this episode of Inside the Eye of the Storm. I appreciate each and every view that y'all give me, family, and y'all joining me here for me being able to share a little knowledge and wisdom and understanding from a masculine perspective. Please, family, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so y'all can be here for every episode of Inside the Eye of the Storm where I give social commentary. And I really want to have a diatribe back and forth with me and the members of the Hall of Fame family. Thank you, family. I'm going to see y'all next time. And peace.